Welcome back to the 2019 PokerStars Caribbean Adventure, live from Atlantis, Paradise Island. Day 2 of the main event continues, as does our world-famous bubble coverage on PokerStars TV. 132 players remain in the main event. 127 are going to get paid. We're going to go hand-for-hand at 128. And we have got some short stacks in the room. Among them, Sam Grafton, Kristen Bicknell, Ricardo Souza, and Konstantin Maslak, who's going to be up on the main stage at our new feature table. He might be the shortest stack in the room with just 2 big blinds. Reminder, 5 players to go before we open up the $8.4 million prize pool. I am James Hartigan. Here's Joe Stapleton.
Hello, my babies.
Thrilled to be joined in the booth for the bubble by Jamie Staples.
Guys, thank you so much for bringing me in for the bubble. What the most exciting time of the tournament.
Absolutely.
World famous bubble coverage.
This is it.
Hello, my bubble babies.
Jamie, just as we look at the lineup on the main stage, the new featured table, we've got Chino Rheem, we've got EPT Sochi 2018 champion Arseny Kamatsky, we've got Sean Deeb, we've got Ivan Luka. This is level 15, by the way. Blinds are now 2,000, 4,000 with a 4,000 ante. Officially the penultimate level of the night. So we'll play 15 and 16, and then the remaining players will bag and tag. Pretty certain we will be in the money. Ditz with the ace-jack has raised. It's Deeb with the pocket sixes. He's playing a 25 big blind stack. He folds.
Got to fold there. This is a big part of the poker tournament. Like, I think if you go back in time, right, if we were running this broadcast in 2010, it was really cool to be like, you can't care about the bubble. You just got to shove.
Yeah.
You're weak if you care about the bubble. And then some Germans came in. They're like, hold on. What about this math, though? And everyone's like, oh, wait a second. Maybe this is kind of a big deal, and we really have to tighten up.
Yeah, and people started just sort of admitting that no matter how much money they make, they still don't. There are very few people that don't care about cashing.
Absolutely.
And everyone got a lot more honest about that.
So with Mick folding the small blind, action is on Philip Kempf in the big blind. And he's got ace-king.
Wow.
So,
Are we sure that's not Finton hand?
Kempf is deep, 80 big blinds. So he's just going to flat the raise. And these two are going to go to the flop. 2 biggest stacks at the table. Oh, look at this. Ooh. Kempf gets out-flopped. Ace, jack, deuce. It's domination rotation.
And this is an interesting spot on the flop. If Kempf can manage to check call, he could probably stay in this tournament. But if we see a check raise, things get very dicey. Obviously, the ace-jack, flopping 2 pair. Your only thought is, like, how can I grow this pot and build it? But Kempf has an interesting spot here. He flopped one of the best flops he can have for his hand with ace-king. Very likely has the best hand. And if it wasn't the bubble, you'd certainly want to put in a raise here. But he does just call.
Six of diamonds doesn't change anything.
Safeguard. You expect Ditz to bait again here. Typically choosing a bigger sizing on the turn.
This would be absolutely horrific on the bubble.
$21,000 into $40,000.
Just over half pot. On the smaller side, but, you know, it's not that wet of a board. There's not too many draws out there. 2 spades, 2 broadways, but...
I mean, this is really calculated on the part of Ditz. He's just setting up a couple of small bets here, and I guarantee you that unless it's some super bad river card, like a Broadway spade, we're going to see a big bet on the river. And we might see one anyway.
5 of spades. This is a good card for Kempf because probably going to save some money. It's clear it's not a raise at any point now.
Ditz has to be at least a little bit worried about the spade.
Yeah, I think it's one of those cards where you still probably want to value bet your hand, but if you get raised on this sort of card, it becomes a fold. Whereas if it was the 5 of hearts, you'd probably call a raise.
But of 38,000 and a quick call. So Ditz takes a decent pot off Kempf. And Franz Ditz extends his chip lead at the table, up over 700,000 now. Kempf drops down to 252,000. Still more than 60 bigs.
Our short stack now in the big blind. Come on, Constantine. Can I take sides? Is that allowed?
I think it's fine to root for the guy who's forced all in from the big blind. And because we have the big blind ante in effect, he's had to put in 4K for the ante, 4K for the big blind, leaving himself 3,500 behind.
He's probably not forced all in here, though. If he can fold, he's going to have another 8 hands. He can get through the small blind. This is really close, actually, I think. Ditz making an aggressive raise here with the 9-7 under the gun +1, using that big stack. And Chino Rheem calling Kempf in the small blind with ace-jack offsuit. Not a great situation. It's a great hand, but being out of position with ace-jack 3 ways, you don't love it.
King 6 for Maslak.
I think he can fold here. I think he can. It's a 6 spot. I wouldn't know what to do.
Nice.
Thank you.
Just seems so counterintuitive to fold when 2/3 of your stack is in the middle already, but I understand the logic, Jamie, as you just explained. He's got pretty much a full orbit now before he has to put any chips in again.
Yep, 8 hands. And if he was to win this pot, right, he would win 38,000 chips. That's great. It's 9 big blinds. Is that really going to increase his earn in this tournament a huge amount?
10-4-3 flop. Ace-jack high, still ahead.
Ditz with the small continuation bet here. Very dry board. Chino Rheem, talking about street poker, just going to peel one off here with a king-queen suited.
Yeah, he's not playing like it's the bubble at all. And actually, Chino, again, was one of those guys who was part of that sort of hive mind back in the day that was, I play to win. I don't care about the bubble.
Now, the 7 of hearts in the turn is a super interesting card because Ditz can actually continue to the river here. So he does check, and you'd expect Rheem to bluff because he has king high.
Yeah.
That's got to be his plan on the flop.
$35,000 into 60,000.
There it is, check call. And now the question is, can Chino Rheem follow through for the second time?
I think he can.
That's a great river as well. Complete some straights, complete some flushes. It's a scare card to a 1 pair of 10
There
or
he goes.
7.
I'm trying to bluff the guy who always has it.
Oh, no, he didn't go for it.
No, Chino.
Made a good call on the flop. What's your chance?
Okay, let's head out into the field. What's happening on the outer tables? Well, this is Randy Lew versus Bryn Kenney.
Randy.
And Bryn has shoved on Randy. It's all into call for Nanonoko. It's Jack 10, 6, 4, 3. 2 hearts, 2 diamonds, 1 club.
A lot of missed draws on that kind of board. You know, it's Bryn Kenney. He's a sicko, right? So Randy's got to be thinking, like, if there's anyone in the field that's capable of bluffing me in the spot, it's got to be him.
I mean, it kind of is a coin flip. Bryn's going to be pretty balanced. He's perfectly capable of putting tons of pressure on you on the bubble, and he's also perfectly capable of having it.
Randy calls the call in. Bryn shows King 7 for King high. Randy with Ace Jack, top pair, top kicker.
Randy, oh my God, they killed Kenny.
So Randy gets the double up through Bryn. Kenny does survive. Eric Seidel is all in.
Oh boy.
Gets it in with queens against Pierre Calamusa's ace 8. Low flop. Safe turn.
Ish.
Ah, Barry Greenstein! Ace on the river seals the fate of Eric Seidel out in 131st place. And we're 1 spot closer to the money. We've lost another player. We've just had the elimination of Ricardo Souza in 130th place. So we are at 129. Well, here is Bryn Kenney, all in from under the gun. Action is on Sven Hansen in the big blind.
Sickest thing.
Oh!
Wow. Bryn shows 5-3 of hearts.
Never give up.
So main event players 129 remaining, 127 is the money, so we're going to go hand for hand. During hand for hand, we need all the players who are all in to keep the cards face down. Please do not expose your cards during hand for hand. Also, players, we're going to ask you to remain at your seats. That's going to help the TV crew and the floor guys move around the room, so please stay in your seats. During hand for hand, if we lose 2 players from the same table, the player who has the highest chips takes the highest finishing position. If we lose players from different tables, the position will be split. And dealers, you're going to wait for my call to deal 1 more hand, and please make sure you do your best to keep your players at the table. We're going to lose 1 player and we'll break 1 more table, and we will continue hand for hand. Okay, thank you very much for your attention. The clock is going to be running. Dealers, 1 hand, please.
So Ditz is opened with ace-7. Chino Rheem calls with Jack 5 in the small
What's
blinds.
happening here?
Oh, hang on, that's not a call, that's a 3-bet. It's a re-raise from Rheem, makes it 37K.
He knows it's the bubble, right? This is some straight poker, as I predicted. This guy doesn't care about your bubble. This guy's playing like it's still 2008.
The thinking is right, of course. On the first level, it's like, well, you're kind of full of crap. but then the math says, yeah, but you can't risk it anyways.
Who says that only the chip leader can pick up chips on the bubble?
So there are 3 tables where there has been an all-in and a call. Wow.
What is there, a guitar up for grabs?
And of course, Toby Stone is going to take us round the tables.
Please stop the clock. Okay, we have 4 all-in calls.
4!
So I'm going to go from the lowest table to the highest table.
So I guess he's going to table 2 first. That's where Stanley Lee is at risk against Javier Zarco. Stanley Lee is the player with the red triangle of death.
Okay, so we're on our first all-in call of 4 tables. We're on table number 2. We have Stanley and Javier. Stanley is our all-in player. So Stanley, show us your cards, please. Stanley shows a pair of 2s. Once again, Stanley is our all-in player. Xavier, show your cards, please. Thank you. 2 kings for Xavier.
I have a question. If 4 people go out here, what happens?
And let's see the flop, please.
They'll split the cashes.
2 cashes?
Yeah, 2 cashes divided by 4.
Oh, man.
Flop is 9-9-4.
Not looking good for deuces.
Turn, please. The turn is a 4. And the final card, please. The final card is an ace. We have 128 remaining. I'm going to continue on the hand for hands.
So Stanley Lee is out in 129th place. We're now on the pure bubble, but of course, as Joe just referenced, if there are multiple KOs,
we're going to table number 7.
he could chop at least a single min cash.
Right, so he needs at least one other person to go broke here?
No, he needs 2 to
right?
go broke. Yeah. So we're heading over to table number 7, where Luke Greenwood has moved all in. Greenwood, the at-risk player, versus Mihai Manole. There's Mihai, the original Platinum Pass winner from Prague, December 2017. And this looks like a race.
Well, I'm not going to do it. Not on the bubble, guys.
Call it, Toby.
Okay, players, we're on table number 7. 2 players. We have Mihai and Luke. Mihai has 2 black jacks. Luke has ace king, ace of diamonds and the king of hearts. Luke is our all-in player with ace king.
Flip the coin.
Flop, please. Flop is 6-2 queen, 3 hearts. And Luke, our all-in player, has ace king and he has the king of hearts.
Could be worse.
Great calling, Toby.
Turn, please.
The stone bubble.
The turn is a 2, 2 of diamonds. And the final card, please. And the final card's a 5.
Jacks hold. So Luke Greenwood's out. The
We're
bubble
down
has
to
burst.
1, 2, 7 players. Just cash to the PCA. Give yourself a round of applause. Congratulations. I will continue on the 2 hand for hands. We're going to table number 9. 1, 2, 7 remaining right now.
So the 2 guys that just went broke really want someone else to go broke
Correct.
right now.
So we're on table number 9, our third all-in call. We have Ramon and Kristen. Kristen is our all-in player. We have a board already. We have a king of hearts, 2 of clubs, and a 2 of hearts. Flop and turn to come. So Ramon, your cards, please. Ramon shows king jack, and Kristen shows 2 aces.
So ace is ahead for now, yeah?
Yes.
No club. No. Did anyone?
So once again, Kristen is our all-in player with the 2 aces.
Did you have a club?
Can we see the turn, please? The turn is a 5.
No heart. No.
And the final card, please. The final card's a queen. Kristen's remaining in the tournament, and we're going to go to table number 11.
If Matt Glantz goes out, then I believe those 3 players will split a single min cash of 17K.
Okay, we're on our last all-in call, table number 11. We have Brian and Matt. Matt is our all-in player. Brian, can we see your cards, please? Brian shows king of clubs, queen of spades. And Matt, can we see your cards, please? Yes, please. Matt shows 2 9s, 9 of diamonds, and the 9 of clubs. So once again, Matt with the 2 9s is our all-in player.
It could have been that dramatic once we saw the first 9.
Flop, please.
It's another flip.
On the bubble for 17,000.
Flop is 10-5.
9's holding.
Father and son, at it again.
Turn, please. Turn is a 3.
Just has to fade a king or a queen on the river.
The final card, please. Final card is a 4. Still 127 plays remaining.
Yes.
You are on the money, players. Once again, congratulations.
Woo, we did it!
We will break a table before we continue.
So the bubble has burst in the PCA 2019 main event. 4 all-ins. 2 players doubled up, but Stanley Lee and Luke Greenwood were eliminated. They bubble in 129th and 128th place, respectively. And now we are down to 127. Everyone is guaranteed at least $17,620. Chino Rheem with queens.
5 raise 8,000.
Ooh, Ivan Luka with the jacks here. And a short stack. Can't get away from this one.
Yeah, he shoves for 42,500.
Buenos dias, James and Jaime.
Hello, El Comontador. Why are you here?
Mi amigo, Ivan Luka.
Oh, I thought...
Tienes pocket hacks.
Yes, I thought you only represented Spanish players, not players from Spanish-speaking countries.
Todos los jugados de la idioma español.
Ah. Well, your Spanish-speaking friend is going to need to get lucky here because it is Domination Nation.
Sí, Ivan. I believe in the power of the hacks. Hey! Oh. Hack and a flop.
Never underestimate the power of El Comontador.
Excuse me while I dance the flamenco. Jaime, will you join me?
Rheem needs a queen or a king on the river.
He's friendly. Hey!
Ivan Luka doubles up.
Pocket hacks for Elwin.
Farewell, Sam Grafton, but at least you made the money. And I've got some good news for Grafton fans. We're going to grab him on the rail and force him to come into the booth for the final level of the day. So Chino Rheem has raised under the gun with 8-6 of diamonds. Arseny Kamatsky has ace-10 on the button. He calls. Franz Ditz with king-jack in the small blind.
190.
Chino getting out of line, doing the Chino thing. Ditz here in the small blind with king-jack offsuit. It's not really a great spot to call, in my opinion. You could consider a squeeze.
Full 10.
But that said, he has played with
boys,
Chino
you're
Rheem a
welcome.
lot today, so
We
he
did
knows
get the
that
winner out. Now one of us can win.
it's maybe not the conventional types of hands you'd see from under the gun.
King eye flop.
Chino Rheem bets 23K.
The open-ended straight draw, pretty nice flop, considering you get called in 2 spots.
Ditz with top pair.
If you're Ditz here, you're pretty happy. You think you got the best hand, but you don't want to blow this pot up and make it big.
It's getting clubbier now.
And that's a card that Chino Rheem could have considered bluffing. Ow, makes the straight.
Wowee. So disguised, too.
I think has 2
Wow.
options. He can go for a small bet, or he can check and try and catch a bluff from Rheem. But when he checks, he just can't fold to a bet here. Well, he could, but that'd be crazy. That's above me. I don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty good sizing.
We just got to think about the story that Ditz has told this whole hand, right? Calls the flop, checks the turn, and he checks the river. He's basically saying my hand isn't very good. Wow. How does he do that?
Good fold. Somewhat exploitable fold, I think, but correct in this case. So well done.
Chino Rheem now playing a 57 big blind stack. Franz Ditz still among the chip leaders with 183 bigs. And out into the field because the post-bubble bust-out bonanza is in effect. Let's see who we've lost. Former EPT champion Neil Farrell, gone. Min cashing the 17.5 grand.
Neil, don't call him Niall Farrell.
Another cash in the Bahamas for the Bahama beast, Bryn Kenney.
Oh my God, now they killed Kenny.
And Joe Carter, who was on our feature table earlier on, has also been eliminated.
Kid Carter KO'd.
Here's a pretty big hand for Sean Deeb in the cutoff. His 31,000 chips, what represents just over 8 big blinds. Gonna move it all in the middle. Trying to pick up the 10,000 dead
31.
chips.
Mick looks interested. He is interested. He
Quick
calls
call.
from the big blind. Ace-9 of hearts against King-Jack.
Fair fight.
FF or GG? Let's find out. King on the flop. Sean Deeb now a big favorite. The Durble up. Only has to fade an ace on the river. Just has to avoid creepy old Barry Greenstein. Can he do it? No, he can't. Don't give him Barry, no! Bye-bye, Sean Deeb.
865 started. We've played through the money bubble. Everyone's now guaranteed at least $18,460, and these are the 5 biggest stacks right now. The leaderboard topped by Pierre Calamusa. Calamusa. Brian Altman still a big stack, as our Franz Ditz. This is Vicente Bosca and Enrico Camosio. We've got a new feature table for you, and we've got a new guest in the booth. I'm James Hartigan. He's Joe Stapleton.
Hello, my babies.
And we are joined by Sam Grafton.
Hey guys, how's it going?
You made it into the money, Sam.
I snuck in there. I was all in 3 off the money, but I got my money, and yeah, I'm ready to play the 25K. I got 3/4 of tomorrow's buy-in. That's how we're living day to day here in the Caribbean.
You were part of the post-bubble bust-out bonanza, and now you're joining us to watch this new feature table. We've got Andre Akkari from Team Pro, Pavel Vexler, who was on our feature table earlier on, the Ukrainian player who made a reasonably deep run in the PSPC. He's the big stack at this table with 117 bigs. Average stack right now is just over 50 bigs. 262,000 with the blinds at 2,500, 5,000 with a big blind ante of 5K. So Andre Akkari has opened with ace-jack of clubs.
Class retained his whole cards from the last hand. Said I wasn't happy with how that went. Can I have another go?
He calls out the small, and Max Lemansky calls out to the big blind. 3-way to the flop.
Man, Guile's really falling on hard times.
Can you do his sound? What was Guile's sound?
Sonic boom!
Yes.
10-3-3. Andre continuing into 2 opponents with ace high. 17K.
Not a great spot for Lemansky. I mean, you do have the best hand here pretty often. It's just got poor visibility is what us pros like to say.
What does that mean? That's a new term.
Well, like down the streets, you know, like let's say you have the best hand here. It's very hard to negotiate the run out. The diamond comes, they hit the 8, you know, with the ace-8 and check back.
In Ultimate Texas Hold'em, I'm all in there, though.
Is that right? I don't play that game. It's a strong holding there.
I think so, against 2 random cards.
Well, we're heading to one of the outer tables because we have an all-in and a call. It's Ivan Luka who is at risk here. Luka with ace-9 of diamonds against Franz Ditz's ace-king. Jack 7-5 with 1 diamond. Queen on the turn. 10 on the river. Broadway for Ditz and the elimination of Ivan Luka. So we lose a player, and that was a decent-sized pot, which will see Franz Ditz move up to over 930K, and Franz Ditz takes the chip lead in the PCA main event.
You still just as excited about the main? Obviously, it's a bit unusual this time where we had a bigger tournament before the main, which is a little just strange, right?
Yeah, I was concerned that, you know, there'd be a bit of a come down after the PSPC, but to be honest with you, we've had so much fun today. Everyone just seems to be really relaxed. We've had some really entertaining feature tables, seen some great players, strong characters, a lot of chat.
Yep.
It's been really fun to watch.
It's
all day.
like this every year. It's just a little bit different attitude down here, where folks are they just take things in stride a little bit more, and we always get interesting characters, and especially in the main event.
Yeah, I can believe that. It was certainly played in. I mean, I had a ridiculous first day table with Bryn and Scott Seaver, and I mean, Bryn was moving all in for like 40 big blinds and showing 9-5 suited under the gun. And actually, I got a great Instagram story of Bryn was open shoving, and Luke Greenwood called him under the gun 1 with queens. I got a great Instagram story of Bryn flipping over ace-4 and then hitting an ace on Luke, and everyone cheering and high-fiving, and me saying, yeah, unlucky Luke with your charts and your nitty calls. It's like, it's pretty fun. Luke Greenwood took it very, very well, with me mocking him a little bit. So Vexler going for a squeeze here, right?
Yeah, Lemansky opened in early position with Jack-10, the flat from Engeldow with the 8s, and the 3-bet from Vexler with King-Jack. Now we have Chris Ferber with Ace-Jack in the big.
Really annoying for Ferber, who's probably going to be forced to fold a dominating hand here. It's very tough to put in. Yeah, I mean, I do like that fold, even though we could see it would have been up against a hand he's got absolutely crushed.
SW Grafton.
The Instagram.
Yeah.
Mate, thanks for the hype. It's all about the Instagram followers these days.
Welcome.
So action back on Engeldow.
Close my eyes, man. I don't want to see this flop, man.
Lemansky, the original razor, folded. Engeldow calls. Heads up to the flop.
Finish it? Yup. Open up. Okay.
Shouldn't really give away too much information about whether he hits this flop or not, but these are the sort of spots I always think. I mean, I don't know. Engeldow could be, you know, a professional poker player, but like, if you are an amateur, I think these are the spots that are so difficult and technical when you're not, you know, you're facing the 3-bet and you're not really sure where you are, what you're supposed to call down.
Yeah.
Like, should I be, you feel like you're going to call one street and then fold, so maybe you should fold now. Maybe I should have done something different pre-flop. I think I know this isn't. Oh wow! There
See,
we
I
go.
identify
Boom.
with everything you just said.
Let's go, Engeldow. No ace, no king, and we're all in. Boom. There we go.
Oh,
Engeldow making it look
Yeah.
easy after I said that.
big hand.
Is that what you're supposed to do?
No, for sure not. Like, cause you might as well have just bluffed, right? Like
Right.
it's like every better hand folds and every better
Every
hand calls
yeah.
and every worse hand folds. So, no, for sure you're not supposed to do that.
Under the gun raise from Pavel Placev. We've only seen one of his hole cards, the 7 of spades. The other Pavel Vexler. Jacks. Splashy 3-bet.
Robin Hood in the small blind folds.
And now Max Lemansky in the big blind, who
34.
also folds. See if we can catch Placev's other card.
Junge, wie stark ist denn der, Alter? Das ist unterkrank. Was ist das?
It's another 7.
Krass drauf.
Guess we should be getting the emote ready.
Way
just
ahead of
in
you, bro.
case.
Auf eine gute letzte Stunde.
5. Yeah, 5 short. I saw
I
that.
wonder what the Moldovan version of El
tried.
Comatador is.
No discounts, man. You guys got big stacks trying to get discounts, man.
There it is.
Oh,
And a jack too, though. Do we get excited about that? Because it did always come 7.
The 7 is always coming, but sometimes the jack is coming as well. He just left that bit out when he made the explanation.
I mean, this is the dream situation for Vexler. He doesn't realize it. And the good thing for him is on this kind of dynamic board where there's so many gut shots, so many obvious straight draws, he's got to put money in as well.
I mean, this pot could get absolutely huge. These are the second and third biggest stacks at the table, playing 67 bigs effective. So Vexler's continuation bet is 27,500 into a pot of 80,500. Just a call from Placev.
Go.
Turn card is the 5 of hearts.
I mean, that's, if you're a Pavel Placev fan, that's a terrible card. You know, you want to see a queen there, something that will slow down the action, put a straight out there.
It's time we figure out who's going to be coming to this table in place of him. Sips tea.
Vexler barrels turn.
Yeah, and Pavel's loving life here, really.
Did you pay for it? No, not yet. No.
You're going to have to use last name, Sam. They're both called Pavel.
Oh, right, okay. Placev is loving life here, for sure. He really is going to feel like he's got the best hand. Tens doesn't even always 3-bet. I mean, there's an occasional 8-9 suited, but you're just, you know, you're feeling really, really good about this situation. You're just thinking about how to get the money in, really. Whether you want to do it now on the turn.
All in.
He check raises all in. And Vexler calls.
Wow, set of a set. Wow.
Check it.
Big. Oh, man. Wow, set of a set.
Anyone?
Chris Ferber to do our job for us.
7 always coming in.
This is awesome, man.
The year of the sevens.
Oh, now they should put a video. 7.
Wow.
Oh, secret.
Set of a set.
Gross.
You can see it in the top left-hand corner. Pitiful. One out.
He doesn't hit. Pavel Placev eliminated, and Pavel Vexler up over 835K.
There's only one Pavel at this table, and his name is Vexler.
A touching moment there between two pros. This is why we love the game.
Слишком много дров. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, he's my good friend. He's your friend? Yeah.
Come down.
He coached in mountain team. Oh.
You busted the coach?
So you just surpassed the master, yeah? Nice there, man.
An all-in and a call.
Uh-oh.
And Maria Ho is at risk here with deuces against Brian Altman's ace-4.
It's a race.
6-6-8 on the flop.
Ooh.
9 on the turn.
Lots to dodge.
3 on the river. Maria's hand holds, and you know why, don't you, Sam?
Jesus never loses.
Wow, the stream got awesome. I'm going to have to start watching you guys again.
Yep. We have our fun.
Memes, loving it. Mustafa Canit memes. Oh, well, there's an all-in. Well, wow.
And Andre as well.
Yeah, Lemansky opened, Engeldow shoved, and Andre is now reshoved. And we're missing a few cards here, but we're going to see
It's got to be aces right there.
most of them.
Krank, der Opa stellt einfach 230k rein und Akkari Knäppkette, das sind wir hier.
Mansky folding eights. Andre's got a king or an ace.
It was 8-7, by the way, Lemansky's hand. We're going to see Akkari's because the cards are going to go on their backs. And we have a situation where Engeldow is at risk with ace-queen.
Kings.
Pocket kings for Andre Akkari.
Jack 10, put it up there.
Flop, Jack 9-7. Engeldow with 3 immediate outs. Needs an ace on the river. You gotta laugh when there's a German on the rail calling for a 7. No ace. John Engeldow eliminated in 86th place, cashing out for $20,980.
You guys are what? Chips go to chips, man. Wow.
Pavel Vexler's been quiet for a while.
You mean like the last 5 days?
He's been really chatty at this table, talking about how he knocked out his coach.
A little insight into Vexler's world.
Exactly. Who would have known that Pavel and Pavel were good mates?
How much has Maxi got here? 20 bigs?
Yep.
Let's see a flop. Let's see 3 here, Maxi. Come on, bro. There we go.
You should be able to pay a little bit less and just see 2.
Yeah. If the door card isn't the king of spades, I'm not interested.
Yeah, we're done here.
Andre's chipped up. He's feeling a little bit splashy. There he is.
He's got the abacus, 10-7.
I'm not even going to ask.
Oh, boy.
Flush over flush.
5 of spades.
That is Andre Akkari's 1 out. Vexler, do not put chips in this pot. Good man.
Yes!
Maxi's thinking. Ding, 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 ding. He's even going to be tempted to check this. I think he is going to bet. I mean, I'm not going to pretend I know the odds of it happening, but it's unlikely, right? James, you're the math guy.
Well, according to the screen, Sam, there's only a 5% chance that Andre Akkari is going to spike the 5 of spades.
No, but it's like unlikely to flop flush over flush. This doesn't happen often.
I see
Am I
what you
correct?
mean.
I'm not sure, but I feel like it doesn't happen very often.
Tis rare for sure.
Lemansky, loving life, huge.
Yeah, just been check raised by Akkari with a worse flush.
This isn't even the nuts, Sam. So just slow your roll.
So if you're an Andre Akkari fan, a spade, the 5 of spades or otherwise, is the only thing that's going to slow this down.
Well, 3 of hearts pairs the board.
I guess the board double pairing may slow it down.
Akkari bets enough to put Lemansky all in. Snap calls.
I have an out.
Yeah.
He does have an out.
I got out.
Whoa. Flop the flush, look at that.
In the words of Jordan Peele, get out.
5 of spades. Yeah, 5 of spades. That's it.
By standing up.
Beautiful card.
That's wholly unnecessary.
Do it for TV,
Lemansky doubles up through Akkari. Max now playing close to 50 bigs. Andre drops down to 84 bigs. It's not your go, dude.
Oh, I'm sorry. I really didn't.
Nice fold.
Yeah,
I really didn't see him. I'm holding it.
Oh, the aggressive action is binding.
just wanted to show to camera.
Maxi's fuming. Holding the queen jack suited, that's brutal. Wow. Look at these beautiful hands getting dealt. Beautiful, beautiful hands.
4 more hands, right?
Yeah.
Keith, you're dominated.
Set.
After this 3, right?
Come on, bro.
Oh, man.
Good fold, that setup.
Yeah, look.
Oh,
wow.
A call from Wynn with 6s, and we're off to the races.
I mean, I'm going to be a little biased here. I'm going to root for Ferbert. He's my horse here.
I had queen jack suited.
Like Spotify versus Apple Music, one of these two hands has a slight mathematical advantage.
Well, he might have a good pair. Which color did I had? Clubs? Spades.
Big spot here for Ferbert.
Looking for a 10, a king, or an ace.
Yeah.
It's the best flop that you don't hit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh! Wynn counterfeited.
Yeah. 6, 6, 6. 6 on the river. Is there anything now, right?
Correct.
No, 6 on the river from here.
Wait, yeah, no.
It's all good, Ferbert.
Lovely.
He's got that big Under Armour sponsorship deal as well. With his baseball cap. Picking up the big money for this TV appearance. Unlucky there to
So,
win.
what's some chips? All right.
Nice food, man. Just
Big pot
Time banks. We get more tomorrow.
on one of the outer tables between Sam Greenwood and Pierre Calamusa. And Sam Greenwood has bet everything on the river bar a single 5K chip. Please be careful what you say here, Sam. I don't want to have to delete this section of the stream.
Uh-oh.
He's called with a 9. What a boss.
Yeah, and a 9 is good. An air ball from Greenwood and Pierre Calamusa up to 1.5 million. And Sam Greenwood is left with a chip and a chair.
I have a phrase for just such an occasion. It goes, all it takes is a chip and a chair.
There are 80 players remaining. Chances are we'll be coming back with 10 tables tomorrow. Trying to play down to 3 tables. Imagine we'll play the full 6 levels tomorrow. And Sam Greenwood has quadrupled up since we last saw him.
See, this is what I mean by all it takes is a chip and a chair, Sam, because as long as you're still in the tournament, you still have a chance to win.
I see. So, like, the chair represents your, like, tournament life, like you being at the table.
Yeah, the chair is just to make it, like, flow off the tongue. It's just alliterative.
Thank you for watching today. From Joe Stapleton, Lex Veldhouse, Clayton Fletcher, Jamie Staples, and Sam Grafton, I'm James Hartigan saying good night from the Bahamas.
I get to play today. So you gotta get it rolling.
You're probably going to check, right? A good percentage of the time. Ace! Yes! Oh, no, never mind. All right. Good luck.
Enjoy the beach.
Well, yeah. I'm going to have drinks probably at some point. Bahama Mamas and Pina Coladas.
James Hartigan, I think, is the consummate professional.
Oh, yeah.
Really
great.
Yeah.
Love the beach already.